Hey everyone, this is Corey with Stafford's EDC, and today we're taking a look at the Giant Mouse R.E.O. This is one of the newest models from Giant Mouse here. This one features a checkered pattern, denim micarta handle, and the other versions available of this one's actually unavailable on Blade HQ right now, at least where I'm looking for my specs. But there is also a green micarta version and a black G10 version, all of which feature the new hot steel CPM MagnaCut. You all know about MagnaCut by now, I am sure, so I am not going to talk really about steel choice here. It's a fine choice for an everyday carry folder. Now, the overall length of this knife is 8 inches. We have a 3.31 inch blade, so you have a fairly large knife here, fairly long anyway. It's not very big in the width dimension, and it's not too heavy either at 2.69 ounces. So I have a very long and slender knife. Something that I really dislike about this knife is the fact that Giant Mouse uses thick ass blade stock at 0.13 inches. It's not thick in the grand scheme of things. Like, there are fixed blades and things that use thicker blade stock, but damn it, Giant Mouse, it's a folder. It's an everyday carry folder. Stop using thick blade stock. It drives me crazy because you have things like the performance of this knife is so drastically different in this portion forward and this portion down, and it has everything to do with the thickness of the spine. After this jimping is when you start to get this distal taper that leads into a thinner and thinner spine with a fine tip. Now, this is not a crazy thin spine by any means, even when it thins out, but the cutting performance difference is astronomical. It's like you can almost see the pattern here with how much tape residue is left on this. You can see, like, this is the area where it kind of struggles, and then it just glides through near that tip because it's so much thinner. And they just don't need to use such thick blade stock. I don't get it. I don't understand. They do it with all their knives. Here's another example of one I'm going to be talking about in another video. Look at how freaking thick that is. Why? This is the Ace Iona V2, I believe. I will have the correct name if that's not correct in its own video when I go over that. But damn it, Giant Mouse, stop doing this. Rant aside about their blade stock thickness. It has a full flat grind that gets fairly thin, but due to that blade stock thickness is not extremely great in performance in this first 2/3 of the blade, roughly. Now, the actual size and shape of this knife is really nice. It's quite thin, as I said before. Width-wise, it's not too bad. You're looking at, does it say on here? It doesn't say how thick it is, so we're not going to talk about it. I'll measure it for you guys. The width of this is 12.1 millimeters, or just under half an inch. So it is not overly thick, despite how thick the blade stock is. These are nice contoured scales, so it adds a little bit of thickness, but given how slim it is in the width department this way, it's pretty nice in hand. Now, the jimping is a little high, in my opinion. I don't think I need to have my thumb stretched out to get to the jimping. I'd much rather have it down here where I can stay behind the cut rather than feeling like I'm reaching for it. But that's something Giant Mouse does as well. Their jimping tends to be in odd places for me anyway. And I have fairly large hands. I wear a large size glove and basically any brand you can think of. And I just have enough handle room to get on here. And there's really not a place to choke up. You can see this is definitely not a finger choil area. You get a lot of blade there when you do that, so don't do that. This is on bearings? It is on bearings. But it's a Giant Mouse on bearings, so it drops to your thumb, and then you really gotta shake it shut. I don't know, I have a thing against Giant Mouse, and it's nothing personal. They've never done anything to me, but I just don't enjoy their knives, and it's really hard for me to find a knife from them that I really like. And this is one that I liked at first, and the more I used it, the less I liked it. And it largely had to do with the blade performance, and the thickness of the blade. But, overall, I mean, it's fine, it's good. Giant Mouse makes a good knife. I'm not going to deny that. Just for me, I have nitpicks about the way that they do things, and it's just how they do all their things. So it's just their choice. It's their choice that they do it. And yeah, it's up to them how they design their knives and do their knives. That is for sure. So who am I to judge them for that, huh? But it's not my personal choice. I would prefer much thinner blade stock, but it is what it is. If I did not mention the price, this is the second time I had to record this due to an interruption. This is $195. I believe that is regardless of your handle material. And I will confirm that. Yes, regardless of the handle material choice, it is $195. You're getting Magna Cut on all of them, and I'm sure that the weight is similar, being just at 2.69 ounces, which I did mention earlier in this video. Wire clip is fine. It's a typical giant mouse kind of thing. Totally fine with it, especially on a slim knife like this. Carries fairly deep. You have just a little bit sticking out of the pocket. Lanyard hole is placed well. I don't think you need a lanyard hole on such a knife, but nevertheless, it's placed nicely that it's not in the way. It's not disrupting the design, so that's nice to see. And if you're left-handed, you can in fact reverse this clip. Hopefully you can see that there are cutouts there underneath that screw, so you can take that wire clip out and put it on the other side for left-handed carry. Now, I've pretty much said all I have to say about this knife, so let me know what you guys think down below about the Giant Mouse R.E.O. This is a new one from them, and it's in Magna Cut, so I guess that's the transition they're making away from things like M390 or LMAX, but I can't say that for sure. Yeah, it's a knife. It's a knife by Giant Mouse, and it's very similar to other knives by Giant Mouse, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.